at the end. I hope it's been helpful. So just some further advice. With social media management, you've got to keep learning. So it never ends. There's new innovations coming, and you as the expert that are going to charge people for your expertise, you need to make sure that you're ahead of things and on top of things. So um, continuing to do online courses. So whether even at uni or doing courses like Facebook Blueprint is amazing. They've got courses on all aspects of Facebook and Instagram, from business manager to all advertising, all sorts of things. HubSpot have some really great social media certifications you can do. And I'm going to put links to all these at in the end of this, in the video description for this as well. LinkedIn Learning. So I'm pretty sure that as a USC student, you have access to LinkedIn Learning for free. So there's so many things on there about everything. So from business management to social media to branding, all sorts of things on there. And then as Jessie was talking about, if you want to learn Google Ads, there's Google Digital Garage, which is free, where you can learn about that. And even I recommend having a go at Google Ads for your own business to learn. And so you're not putting customers at risk, you're just having and experimenting with your own to get a feel for it. And then you can say you've had experience as well. Because Google Ads they don't have to cost a lot. Like the more you get, of course, but you can experiment with small amounts of money. Blitz Metrics is also have some helpful courses. They do cost. And then even on YouTube, there's heaps of tutorials and all sorts of things on YouTube, and just learning from other social media managers as well. And also joining communities. There are so many communities online for social media managers. So here are just some of them. And I recommend the Facebook groups. There's a lot of activity that goes in there. So there's the Social Media Geek Out, social media managers, like they're all there. And the beauty of it is, if you have an issue, you can post in there and go, and then people will flock to help you and give you advice, more experienced social media managers. Even things like constantly, I reckon once a week at least, it's like, how much do I charge, or how do I deal with this client? This is the situation. And people really give great advice on there. Even just sitting there and reading posts and the answers, you learn so much. So that's my advice. Keep learning and keep connecting with other social media managers.
I'd say as well, if you're still in your degree, definitely trying to find internships, because like I did, my first internship was the first day. I felt like I'd learnt more than like almost my whole degree. And it was just on stuff that we hadn't even covered in the degree, like Google Ads stuff. So in that sense, it was really, really helpful. And sometimes if you're going with an agency, it's just cool to see how they do things, because every agency does things differently. Everyone goes through this process and worked out their own processes and how to do it and what to charge. And you can kind of see how they work and get ideas. So I think the more knowledge you have of that, the easier it is to create it for yourself and learn from that. So internships, or even like if you can find a paid internship, that's always great. But just learning from other people. And on the online communities part, we said other social media managers, but a lot of social media managers have these business profiles where they're solely just giving tips. Like I follow so many that I learn all the updates from them. Like it'll be like Instagram just released a thing about their algorithm and how it actually works to like dispel the rumors. And it was such a helpful article, and like all the little updates I learned from those profiles, and they give you Canva hacks and they give you tips, and it's stuff that you can really use. So make sure you're following like those people as well.
Yeah, and I mean, just like in terms of the degree, particularly the social media courses, like we can give you a lot of experience in those, but it will be different once you're completely out. So there's only so much we can give you in the courses, and particularly around digital advertising, there just isn't enough space for that. So that's why you would have learned more, Jessie, going out into an agency.
Yeah, sorry, I meant more with like the advertising side of like
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, and I think there are going to be I think there are sort of measures of trying to build that in the future. But yeah, like there's gaps at university and what you will learn, and the best way to fill those gaps is to go out and work in an agency, take on clients, and network as well. So yeah, totally agree. And the other thing is just start. Like it's never going to be the right time. Like it's just never going to be the right time. So the best thing to do is go through and revisit what we've covered in this session, and find one client that wants things from you that you can do. So wants help with Facebook or Instagram. It's a platform that you're familiar with that you can actually do that, and then work out your processes, find your confidence working with that client, get some results over time, and then start to build up your business with other clients.
And I would say as well, like, you get a lot of imposter syndrome, which, you know, it's like just self doubt a lot of the time. Like, I even still get it and I question, like, am I even good at this? Should I even be doing it? But then little things reaffirm, like, just because you get a bad client or you have a bad experience with the client and you kind of think, like, oh, I made a mistake. Like, I remember I had one of my first clients, I made like a spelling mistake. She didn't even notice it, but I was like, oh my God, I could have ruined her whole thing. And like, should I even be doing this? Maybe I'm not ready. But it's like things like that. Everyone makes mistakes. You will make mistakes and you will learn from them. So having the self-doubt and the imposter syndrome is real for every industry. And I think anytime you're going out on your own and trying to start something, you do constantly question yourself and second guess yourself. And you just need to like reaffirm that whole like act confident and no one will question it, fake it till you make it, and you'll get there, you know.
Totally. And reiterate what we covered. And I also want to, and I'm not here to sell books, but I just want you to know that a lot of the processes that we covered in this session are in my book. And you can get it on Amazon or from Palgrave Macmillan, but there's also copies in the USC library, if digital ones that you can just have a look at now. So it takes you through the whole process of social media management there, with a lot of the things that we covered around the legalities and content creation and strategy development and all that sort of thing. And so just to go over what we covered, the benefits, where to start, finding clients, and business processes. So we covered a lot in this session, but I think these will be chopped up into videos that you can then go back and revisit when you need them, as you start going through the process yourself.
And feel free to like reach out to me with any questions as well.
Yeah.
I've been through the exact same thing.
And so yeah, that's the thing. Like that's why I decided to do this workshop, and I wanted to ask Jessie along as well, because Jessie really took on her, like, am I right? Your first client was from doing CMN 204. What was that?
Yeah, the networking event.
Yeah, so we did social media content curation and creation, and the networking event is this Thursday again. We can finally do a face-to-face one again. And so Jessie went to that as part of that course, and then found her first client there, and then she's just never looked back. So it's amazing what you can do, and I think the beauty of it is that Jessie can give you guidance, and I'm also here as well. So I'm here to mentor you, and I'm here from while you're still a student at USC to even afterwards. So people pop in regularly and ask questions and things, and I'm more than happy to help. So the beauty of taking on clients now while you're still a student is that you get that support. You can come to someone to ask questions, and so don't feel like it's a whole big thing that you have to do on your own.
Yeah, I get a lot of even people I don't know, like I get a lot of questions. And I'm always happy to help. Like, I definitely would love to. I was thinking of starting a podcast about it, but it's just finding the time. But maybe
eventually. Yeah. So, I think we have a question. Micah said thank you. So we've come to the end. So thank you. And questions. So does anyone have any questions?
I had a quick question for you, Jessie. with the social media platforms that you said that you got like your heaps of tips and tricks, are there like certain platforms that you like religiously follow? Because I religiously follow you. I love all of your content that you post, especially your reels. They are a delight every time they pop up. But is there any others that you kind of like religiously follow?
Yeah, let me have a quick look.
Thank
Definitely
you.
Sweeter Social. She's product photography, really good. The two kind of real queens, the Socialista, I think, and the Social Impact, I think it is. And they've got a whole Reels course, so tips for Reels. Ginny Fears, I think she's French, but she does these like crazy carousel posts with lots of like tips and stuff. So they're really good. Oh My Digital, they're an agency from Brisbane. They're just two girls and they do really good stuff. Even if you guys go on my Instagram and go in my following, like I think it goes in order of like interaction, but you'll be able to see like the type of people I follow, and I follow a bunch of people that just kind of add the value, because that's the profile. Like personal profile I feel is for people that you like, your friends and things like that, influencers. But I feel like the business one, I just follow people that I like, find their content inspiring, I get ideas from. And yeah, so and definitely follow the Instagram creators profile. And check blogs. I check blogs regularly. Like Later, their blog is really good. Social Media Today, Social Media Examiner, and they always are giving you the top stuff.
I hope now you see it's not that difficult. It's really not. And we're here to answer questions too. So hopefully it will inspire you to go, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take on a client. So it's a great way to earn money. And the first time, like you'll find your feet, and then you'll be like, oh, I can actually do this, and then you'll build from there.